Welcome back to the Big Fat Psychic channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Okie dokie, let's get into this one. Did Meghan meet Harry in Istanbul? So could she have been with Marcus for that? I'm seeing Marcus. He's the introduction maker. So he was there in Istanbul. And I'm going in blind, guys. I rarely read a full story of anything, but obviously over the years, we can't forget certain little things. So I know there's something there with Istanbul. And it's quite a way, maybe in 2014 or certainly between there. I think that could be right. Or, I don't know. Could be a year out either way. But anyway. So yeah, I get that he's there. Was it Marcus's, is that Marcus? Oh, I don't like it when it does this. So we've got King of Cups here. Then we've got no choice, unwilling, not happy, and nothing coming back. So no return. I have to work this out. Right, so whoever this man was then, if let's say it is Marcus, basically she would have insisted on going. So he had no choice to let her go. He was quite unhappy as well, and he might have thought that it was, going to be unhappy to a few other people as well. So he wasn't happy, and I've got nothing coming back. So maybe he didn't. He hoped she didn't come back. Because if you think about it, it was over 10 years ago then, wasn't it? 10 years, 2014. She's telling a man here, if you don't let me come, then don't come back. That's what I'm feeling. Is that right, universe? Just yes or no? Yes. Thank God for that. Okay, so it wasn't. So what you're seeing now then is that Meghan Markle is barging away in with Marcus, okay, barging away in. So this isn't a cocked up scheme involving him. She's just, insisting on going. But that doesn't mean to say that she actually, met him. She may have tried. It just amazes me, when I see it, there's a picture of her that I see from the internet where she's writing 48 hours in Istanbul or something. She's already scheming then. She's already scheming. It's possible to use somebody and still be friends with them. So at that particular time, was she introduced to Harry? No. Because wasn't he going in and out or something and couldn't do stuff because he had to be in several places at a very short time. Okay, so I think she wouldn't have been allowed. I mean, she was a nobody in 2014. Yeah, it would be argued she's still a nobody, but she was less of lower than nobody in that time. So I think she could have butted heads as well with Diva's ship. and wanting to do something and go somewhere where your ranking is not rated. Okay, so you have to stay in that lane, Meghan. But was Meghan trying to pursue Harry by going to Istanbul? Absolutely, absolutely. You know, she wanted to be top dog. She wanted to look the best, the bee's knees. She'd been gearing up on things and her humanitarianism and all her shady acting jobs. You know, everything was a full-on act. And I do believe as well, because I already asked, but you know, Meghan was scheming already when she put that 48 hours Istanbul. Was Meghan scheming when she wrote Istanbul? Oh yes, it was part of the, you know, part of a build-up. Right, this woman has, I mean, I've got a sense of humour, so I often think I'm funny when I'm not. Anyway, I can often, you know, be very sharp and like come back with something. It's just automatic in me, but that's because I've been doing it a long time. But for Meghan, the way she sees things and plans and opportunities, you know, it's like it's just going on all the time. So as funny as some comedians are, her brain is about scheming and plotting, thinking ahead. Now, we know she's not too successful sometimes, but, you know, got to give her credit. Quite a lot of the time, scheming does pay off. So I do believe, you know, yeah, she was definitely 48 hours. So that would have meant something. I wonder if she'd have tried to send a card or something. What efforts did Meghan go to in Istanbul to link up with Harry? The justice. Oh, well, she wouldn't have said, give him a reading. If you were reading on the first day. Oh, that reminds me. Years ago, I'm still friends with him now, but I had him as a boyfriend. But how we met was, we was in a dance place, and I said, I bet you're a Cancerian. And he went, I bet you're a Piscean. And I was like, whoa. Our friendship lasted longer than, you know, anything else. But, you know, yeah, it's funny how things go on. So, yeah, it can happen, but I doubt it did. I don't know. I'm getting, you know, she couldn't get past the security, okay? I just feel like protection around Harry and his entourage. And she was using somebody's truth. I see the cogs in motion. She wanted, you know, from there on, she wanted Harry to see that she was a cause for justice, you know, a truth teller, a liberator. She did try, okay, she did try, but she couldn't get through. And he had a packed schedule anyway. So in Istanbul, what did Harry know about Meghan Markle? Nothing really. Nothing. Okay, I am getting a bit of a you know, self-punishment and torture and guilt. So I don't know whether he felt guilty about something about her, maybe. He wasn't giving in, he wasn't changing his schedule. Okay, so let's just double check there. in Istanbul, does Harry know that Meghan is pursuing him? Yes, okay, so I don't think they met up. I do not think they met up. I do feel like, you know, they should have been introduced, maybe. She hopes they'd be introduced. And then Harry's moving on quickly. Was he aware? Yes, and I tell you what, right, he was aware because it gets his attention, you know. It would feed his huge ego. Did anything happen between Meghan and Harry in Istanbul? Physically, like, you know, presence, meetings, seeing each other. Oh, I've made it too complicated now. Did Harry and Meghan have a one-on-one conversation while in Istanbul? No. It's like I'll be back in a few weeks' time, that kind of thing. So, was she around Canada at that time? Because I'm seeing it quite, you know, snowy, cold. And then when it isn't snowy, cold, it's lovely and green. So it could have been between half season as well, between the green and like looking very cold. So she's made the link, but wasn't, you know, it's not face to face. It's not face to face. So if it's not face to face, so after or during Istanbul, did Harry, you know, indeed search upon Meghan's Instagram or social media? Absolutely. Absolutely. And it was all there to judge, and she'd had it all set up, you know. So he does know of her, you know, from Istanbul. And I do think he did look, you know, look her up. They never met in person, so a note must have been passed, you know, with calligraphy. Did Meghan Markle, you know, send a note to Harry in some way? Well, maybe, you know, maybe she just turned up. Something out of your control. So I think the first time this isn't working out, I do feel like, you know, there's like a... So did he pass a note? Or she pass a note? She did make that announcement. So I kind of feel like when he saw that post in Istanbul, it was like a red flag, a red flag. And it was like something that she'd done and it was out of his control. So that's the message there, and it was out of his control. You know, she's already marking things down as like 48 hours in Istanbul, you know, whatever it was. I don't think he would have liked that at all. So they met on Instagram because somehow she's got him to search her and kind of get in touch. She's laid the ground. So I see no formal introduction like a person to person. She never met him. But I do feel, you know, that is very possible. Very possible. She wasn't wanted in Istanbul anyway. You know, somebody's he couldn't change his plans. I don't know if William is about as well somehow. So he was in a bloody rush. She couldn't get the attention she wanted, or indeed the access to him. I don't see no women here, no women. So we're not looking at Eugenie, and we're not looking at Beatrice. So he wasn't happy about that. Okay, so, you know, how did Harry feel about Meghan when she came onto his radar? Ho, ho, ho! Look, you could see she had the devil in her, like she was obsessed and unhealthy as well. So, you know, straight away, because he's not morphed into Meghan's world yet. So he's still in the real world, and he's thinking, stop asking all these questions, you know. And she was showing that she was too keen as well. Like she was obsessed and, you know, texting him all day and everything. Well, Harry wouldn't have been keen on that at first, you know. It's quite off-putting. And I don't see his ego being involved here yet. You know, maybe he'd say just about anything. I do. He didn't like her. He did not like her. If, you know, it's like those scary eyes as well. You know, he would have noticed them as well, because they're just different to other people's eyes. That like a nice calm and everything else, but. You know, it was something about the eyes as well. Constantly staring at him and, you know, just watching him on the internet. How did you know Harry's secret account? Well, she did something very dark here as well. So, all I see is like a dark mind here, you know, a dark mind. So, calling like somebody who's a specialist in these situations, you know, because you're getting call the doctor. Well, that would be the internet doctor. I think she was, how did she know? I feel like using an illness. Using sadness. So we've got a funeral here, illness, that man called a doctor. I just don't know whether, you know, Harry's account looks very dark, you know, in thoughts maybe. I think she's called somebody. Not him. Not him at all. Okay, so how did she, that's all I can say. She called someone. Maybe called someone saying, I'm really, really worried about him. Did Harry disappear online on Meghan for a bit? Yes. That's what... Oh, look at that. Look at that, yeah. Because we got Lies here as well. Did Harry try and ban Meghan? I think he'd been looking at things and he's seen things he did not like, okay, and was maybe wondering if like she would be revealing stuff to others as well. So he was frightened that she was going to reveal his handle, his name, and it did cause a lot of concern here. I mean, he's just purely not interested at this point. He's treating her like she's ill. Obsessed, out of control, and a liar. Oh my God. Oh my God. You knew it at the beginning, Harry. You just... Let's have a look. What changed Harry's mind about Meghan? Well, in the end, she was tenacious, okay? She was there. She was eager for it. This isn't a role, Harry's wife, a role. I mean, she's turned out to be the bloody worst nightmare ever in that royal family. But, well, in the last 100 years anyway. So I'm just feeling like he couldn't get anybody else. That's how he feels. She was wearing him down. Filling him with lies, making him feel insecure. And so he was absolutely aware of the difficulties involved with Meghan. And he also knew that he would be tempted, or, she would even be tempted to stray as well. And there she was, trying to... you see, that's it. She had to be his mother because she couldn't be his lover. He wasn't, her doing all the hand gestures and looking like his mum and everything else, right? That's not a sign Harry loves Meghan. It's a sign that, Harry still clings for his mummy. I don't know if she's ever thought that, that she's loved more as the closest thing to his mother he can get, rather than, the individual herself, or, is Meghan. He doesn't love that part of Meghan. He loves his mother, and it's, that's very weird. But, I can understand psychology, how that would manifest. But surely, deep down, Meghan should feel very insecure, because if she stops dressing like his mother, stops sounding like his mother, stops, advocating for his mother, stops dressing like her, stops talking about her, when she does that and she stops, then, well, what's left for Harry, what is left apart from that bitterness? Can you imagine? I mean, years later, if he ever recovers and goes, what a psycho I married for trying to impersonate my mum. I don't even want to go there. Anyway, so, yeah, that's... he was going to find it difficult with that. Did Harry ever have any red flags? Yeah, red flags was that, you know, if you said no to Meghan, your life was going to be hell, to be fair. And she would cross her legs and remain unhappy until he had to do what she wanted. So he saw that early on, as well as that, you know, nothing was ever good enough for her. She always wanted more. Very attention seeking, and you know, if she wasn't the attention, if she wasn't getting it, then you know that made her unhappy. You know, in a way, at some point, he's regretting as well. Partway through the relationship, he's regretting this. Thinking, you know, oh, I won't wish her on my worst enemy. Already friends are starting to fall away. You know, Harry's pulling his guns out from wherever, selling them maybe. Oh, I don't know. I mean, that's just... So yeah, he did. Did Harry know she couldn't have children naturally? No, she never quite told him that, did she? Yeah, never quite told him that in the beginning. And that is probably why, you know, did Harry believe Meghan was pregnant before the wedding? Look at that. Look at that from start to finish. Here we go. Of course. Of course. Get a ring on that finger, love. You know, get him to marry her. Tell him, you know, you're pregnant. There's absolutely no way categorically on earth or in the universe that Meghan was able to conceive and have a child. So she totally, you know, he was having second thoughts. He was having second thoughts. What was he arguing about, that wedding that we saw where she's looking very tense and he's got his white shirt on? I think she's got a black and white dress and it's somebody's wedding. Yeah, Harry, as usual, didn't want to do something that Meghan wanted him to do. Maybe he didn't want to be seen with her there. He wanted to be with his mates, you know. When he's with Meghan, he can't relax. So he just wanted to be, you know, on his own at a wedding, having fun, talking to his mates, talking to women, talking to blokes, you know, who were all friendships, by the way. And with Meghan there, well, he couldn't do anything. He was relegated to the back of the garden or wherever it was, the resort, with, you know, sitting reduced to being isolated, and Meghan looking very drunk and pissed off. He didn't really want to hear what she was saying, but, you know, she was able to whittle him down. Well, I've done this for you. I've given that. Who else is going to do this? Who else can handle this pressure? I can, Harry. Well, you know, I'm quite pleased I did this reading. Okay, guys, that's Istanbul. I'll be back soon with another reading. Bye now. Bye-bye.